Hi, it's Joe here from Buy Goji Berries Online, and today what we're going to do is get a bit into the festive spirit of things, because Christmas is coming up, and we want to make some Goji Berry Mince Pies for you. I don't think this has been done before, just haven't seen it anyway, so we're sort of adjusting a recipe a bit here, and we're going to try and make some Goji Berry Mince Pies to bring Goji Berries into the Christmas festives. So we'll jump straight in there. The first thing I want to do is to make some pastry. Now we didn't want to, there's no real reason to show you how to make the pastry here. If you want to make your own, then we'll give the recipe to make some pastry. But what you want to do is make about 350 grams worth. But the other thing you can do is you can easily just go and buy some ready-made or even ready-rolled pastry, short crust pastry from your local whole food shop or even supermarket. So once you've made that, the next step you want to do is preheat the oven. And this is to be done at either 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 6, which is what I'm going to do here. So let's just turn this on. Just hold this in to get it started. Bit of an old oven. Okay. There. Yes, mark 6. Okay. So then after you've got that oven preheated, and it's all warming up, the next thing to do is to roll out the pastry. So we've got our board here, and I've floured it already, so that the pastry doesn't stick. Just spread it around a bit. Okay, and then what we want to do is start rolling out the pastry. You want to get it pretty much as thin as possible. And I'll start rolling that now. Okay, I think that's probably done it. You can see you want it nice and thin. You can see my fingers. You can see how thin it is there. So that'll be fine. Another reason you want it thin is just because obviously if you want to make more of the pies, then obviously the thinner you get, the more pastry, the more you'll be able to cut. So after you've done that, and it's thin enough, next thing you want to do is actually cut out the pastry for the pies. And what you can do is you can use cutters. If you do, you want to use one 3-inch cutter for the base of the pie and one about 2-inch cutter for the lid. But what we're going to use today is just use some glasses rather than using the actual cutters, because if you've got glasses right to the size, then that's easy enough to do it. You don't need to get the cutters. So what we need to do is start cutting them out. You got one there, and then I'm going to make a smaller one. And obviously try and do it as close to the edge as you can, so that you've got more room to make more. There we go. And another one here. Okay, so I've just finished cutting all those up. So I've got my larger pieces and the small pieces there. I've actually cut out. We've only got space here on this particular tray for 12 pies. I've cut out I think 16. So we just got a couple extra in case anything goes wrong. But normally, yeah, just because there was extra pastry there. But if you normally obviously cut out as many as you need. So the next thing after doing that is to make up our actual mincemeat for the pie. Now obviously what you can do is mix up from scratch everything, and we're going to put up a recipe to do that. But we're not cooks ourselves, and I figured that most of you probably aren't either. So one of the best ways to do it is to actually just buy some mincemeat, like this, just general Tesco one we got here, and then mixing the gojis into that. Now you've got to be careful. I mean, if you are vegetarian, then sometimes they use suet in these mincemeat. This particular one has, which is Tesco's finest, has vegetable suet in it, so it's all vegetarian. So just keep an eye on that. And so what we're going to do is just going to mix this. Actually, put this all into a bowl. Okay, that whoops, that spoon's actually too big, so I can't get in. Let's just get on the spoon from here. Always make sure that you get a spoon that's small enough to fit into the jar, otherwise you'll have trouble getting it out. Okay. So just put it all into the bowl. Try and get it all out. That'll do. So that we've got that all in there. The next thing obviously is to bring the goji berries into place. So, okay, so all we've got here is some just standard goji berries. The Tibetan goji berries, which if you haven't tried them, they're a lot softer. Would probably work particularly well with this. But using these ones or our organic ones are absolutely fine. That's what we're going to use now. So what we want to do is just obviously mix the gojis in. Now, I'm not going to put a specific amount. You know, this is the recipe I haven't done before, so just going to sort of mix it and see what looks right. And you can obviously adapt this to how you want. You know how much you want. So I'm just going to pour a few in to start with. Sort of mix them in. Get them nice and well mixed up. Make sure that the gojis are throughout the... That looks pretty good there. There's probably just about the right amount of goji berries in there, so just a small sort of handful. Obviously if you want more than this, put in more. If you want less, put in less. It's up to you. But this looks like a decent amount in there. So on to the next stage, which is to grease the tray. So yeah, just grease up just with some butter the whole of the baking tray. Make sure it's all... everything's greased. You don't want them to stick. After you've finished greasing it, just dust a little bit of flour. Just a little bit of flour into each thing. I put way too much into that one, but just a little bit to help it stop sticking. And then we're ready to put on.